Now let's talk about if we take this budget line here and change the budget. How is that going to affect this line? So the cost of the goods, we're going to keep the same, $15 and $5 as it was initially with this table here. But what if we change this budget? What if we increase it? What if we decrease it? So let's pretend that now the budget is $90. Everything else is going to stay the same. How is this line here going to be affected? Well, as I mentioned in the changing of these prices, what I like to look at is the intercepts. And then I could just connect it. And then I can quickly see I don't have to make a whole table. So if I have a $90 budget, and let's say that I'm going to spend $0 on meals. So all of the $90 are going to be spent on movie tickets. How many movie tickets can I buy? Well, 90 divided by 15, 6. So 6 movies and 0 meals is one combination for this new budget. And that's going to be over here. So we'll have 5, 6 up here. That would be 1 point on this new budget line. And let's figure out what the point on this axis is. So let's say we spend $0 on movies. And then the full $90 is going to be spent on the meals. Each meal costs $5. So that's going to be what? 18? We can buy 18 meals. So if we spend $0 on movies, if we buy 0 movie tickets, we can buy 18 meals. So that would be 15, 18. That would be over here. And so what's going to happen, that's going to be the new budget line. And so what an increase in budget does is it actually takes this line and it actually shifts it out like that. And notice the steepness didn't change. The steepness is still the same because these prices are the same. So remember the slope, negative px over py. Well, the cost per meal is still 5. The cost per ticket is still 15. We got that negative in front, negative 1 over 3. Same slope, right? We just shifted that line out. So there's more combinations. The attainable area is more with an increase of a budget. Okay, what else to mention? Yeah, it just shifts it out. The opportunity cost stays the same, right? The slope is staying the same. It's just there's more combinations now that that we can execute with that increased budget. Now, what if the budget decreases? So what if the budget goes from $60 to $45, let's say? What's going to happen then? Well, first off, let me write here that this was an increase in budget. Shifted the line out. Now, if the budget is now $45, again, let's figure out what these intercepts are. So if I spend $0 on meals, I have to spend that full 45 on tickets. Each ticket costs 15, so I could buy 3 movie tickets. So if I buy 0 meals, I could now buy 3 movie tickets. And let's say that I spend $0 on movie tickets. How many meals can I buy with the 45? So we would do 45 divided by 5, we would get 9, which would be over here. Okay, so now the line looks like that. Took that budget line and we shifted it. Okay, so an increase in budget shifts the line out, gives you more of an attainable area, more possible combinations. A decrease, I'll write it over here, decrease in budget shifts the line in. And so now that attainable area is smaller. We have less combinations that we can do, right? But the opportunity cost still stays the same, right? So notice that if we do a rise over run, -3, +9. -3 over +9 simplifies to -1 over 3. So the opportunity cost stays constant with only a change in budget because the cost per products are staying constant. It's only when these costs are changing that that opportunity cost changes. And that's pretty much it for the budget line. That's how a budget line works. So hopefully that increased your understanding. So make sure that you're comfortable with this, knowing first how to create a budget line, getting a scenario, putting it in a table, creating the budget line, and then knowing how that budget line is affected with change in prices. And remember, those change in prices depends on if the product is in the X or Y axis, and then also a change in budget, and also a combination of both. So for example, let's say that we have an initial budget line here, like that, and let's say that we increase the price of product X, which would shift this point here, and then we decrease the price of product Y, which would shift this point up here. So we would have this line now, and then we have an increase in budget as well, which would take these points, it would take this line and then shift it out even further, right? Or a decrease in budget would shift it in. So even a combination of these different factors. Make sure that you're pretty comfortable. As long as your fundamentals are sound and you know how to create this possibilities table, then no matter what scenario they throw on you, you can always figure it out with this table and then plotting the points.